Hello everyone, my name is Mr. EX and I am back with another Rome 2 replay cast with my dear friend Jackpro from the Emma clan. And this time we're commentating the very next game from the previous one. This one happened 10 minutes after the previous one. So it's the same players on Team 1. I'm going to call this Team Armenia because that's what I am and I love Armenia. Actually, let's call it Team Carthage. We have two Carthaginian players, right, Jack?
I think that would make more sense.
Does make more sense. Definitely make more sense. So we have a cluster of Carthaginian players, two Carthaginians here in Armenia. I'm Armenia with Jackpro is one of the Carthaginian players. Jackpro is in the center, I believe, and King of the Dead is on the right flank. And then we have Proud King, the SH player, Proud King Kfaniak or something as Galatia. Then we have, who's Lestani again, Jack? Remind me.
I've completely forgotten.
Well, you've completely forgotten. Oh no, M. Mario Tusa. Okay,
go.
M. Mario Tusa. Fantastic. Okay, and we have Jack North as Trouble Wars. So yeah, Jack Pro on my side, Jack North on this side. Don't get them confused, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So let's have a quick look at army comps. So I have 5 Kartli Axemen, I have 5 Eastern Slingers, I believe. I have 5 Persian Cavalry, I have 1 Royal Cataphract, so a very shock cav heavy build, and 2 Horse Archers. So as you can see, this matchup is going to be fantastic for me because the Lustani have very little armor, they're light units, and they will take a charge very poorly. So we'll see how that comes into play. Spoilers, it does come into play. And then in the center, we have the Carthaginian player. Oh my god, I'm really going to have to read out this army comp here. So we have some Gallic warriors, we have 2 Libyan hoplites, we have some Libyan infantry, we have a lot of infantry from Jackpro.
And there's some noble fighters.
Yeah, we have 2 noble fighters, we have like 4 Libyan infantry, 2 Scutari,
some Balearics.
Some Balearic slingers, 3 Balearic slingers, we have, and some Carthaginian cavalry. And then from King of the Dead, I believe, he brought some, the mercenary Numidian noble cavalry, so he's being super edgy. And then we have, as he brought 2. He's brought 2 mercenary Numidian cavalry, so he's very, very edgy today. So he gets the edgy award of the day. He's brought some Carthaginian cavalry, of course, some mercenary noble fighters, 2 mercenary noble fighters, some Libyans, some Gallic warriors, more Balearics, and some late Libyans to screen. So that's basically their army. Then from the Tylus player, we have a front line of 1 Levy Freeman, which is interesting. We have 3 Trouble Wars on the second line. We have some Celtic slingers. We have 1 Oathsworn here, 2 Oathsworn, then Thracian War. Okay, this is just confusing. Some Trouble Warriors here.
It's an interesting setup.
Definitely an interesting setup. Yeah, we have some Levy Freeman on this flank. We have some Raiding Horsemen here, which are a good unit. Light horse, and some noble horse. So then we have, for the Galatian player, the SH player, some Galatian spears here, which are a nice unit. Some Galatian noblemen in the front line, which is definitely an interesting decision. I'm not sure I'd put my general in the front line here, but we'll see how that comes into play. And we have 4 Galatian legionnaires, and then backing them up, presumably he's going to move in with these tanky Galatian legionnaires, and then he's going to bolster them with charges from naked swords, and then keep on pulling out the naked swords, pushing them in again, out again, so he keeps on getting these cycle charges basically. Then he has 4 light horse and 4 mercenary horse skirmishers, which is also very edgy. 41 missile damage, but still pretty edgy. Then we have 3 Iberian swordsmen here, will be very good if he uses them properly against my Persian cavalry. We have some veteran shield warriors, 5 veteran shield warriors, some Iberian slingers, 3 Iberian slingers and 1 Balearic. We have 2 Lustani nobles, 2 Cantabrian cavalry, I like Cantabrian cavalry, some Scutari spearmen, which will be good against my cavalry, and some more Scutari. So let's get the show on the road. We're starting the battle.
Yeah, I think if you look at the Lusitani army there, it's a standard Lusitani army. It's definitely going to have a good effect, I think.
You think so?
I do.
And given the factions, who would you give the edge to in this?
Well, obviously I'd give it to the barbarian factions.
The barbarian factions.
Yeah.
What should we call them for this battle? Team Barbaria? Team Barbaria, whatever. We'll call it Team Barbaria.
I don't think the name really matters that much.
No, it doesn't. You're right, Jack Pro. What a great observation. Okay, so we have 2 Carthaginians. So Team Carthage against Team Barbaria over here. I'm moving into position. I'm overlapping the Carthaginians players, so I want to quickly get my own patch of land here to engage the Lustani. One thing you should probably note is that I have a downhill advantage here, which means that if my cavalry get a really good charge against these Lustani nobles, these Lustani units, it's not going to be good for Lustani player. So we'll see what happens in the next minute. I do decide to move my horse archers up on the left flank, but I see that some of the skirmishers are hiding here in the forest, so I don't want to eat a quick volley here. So
That's an interesting drawing there.
It is quite interesting, yeah. Just like this one. Okay. So the Galatian player is moving up. His light horse are also moving up. This is pretty edgy, by the way. The 4 light horse is a very interesting decision by the Galatian player. Not sure I agree with it. This time he has no excuses. I'm not sure what he's going to blunt here against the Carthaginian player. None of these guys have good charges, so we'll see how he uses the light horse, though. And we see the Titus player also moving up. So nothing much is going on here. The Lusitani player is definitely getting quite ballsy here, just moving up his units way past his allies. And his Iberian swordsmen, though, are in front. So, and I'm going to start unloading my Eastern slingers on them. They have very low
yeah, they
armor.
do have low armor. They're not going to last long, even against Eastern slingers.
But what I see here during the battle is an opportunity. And this opportunity is veteran shield warriors moving in front of their meat shield units far too early. They should have done this closer to my front line. As a result, I'm going to do a full-on YOLO charge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to be good for the Lusitani player. He's not going to enjoy that. We see another charge going down here. Lusitani player falling for the oldest trick in the book, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to follow up with my Cartly Axemen, and they're going to absolutely wreck house. And this is not going to go well for our friend, the Lusitani player.
With barbarian factions, they are very heavily based on the charge, and that charge has just been negated completely there.
I agree completely, and the HP damage that these veteran shield warriors took, they already lost. Look, we have 53 men on this one, 26 with only 3 kills, so this is a brilliant charge.
Yeah, I mean, veteran shield warriors are a great unit if you can get in on the charge.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And engage, but they really haven't paid for themselves. They're an expensive unit.
I would like to quickly point out, before I move to the rest of the battle, I'm focusing all of my skirmish fire onto his general and to this massing of Lusitani nobles here. This engagement is definitely going in my favour. So let's see what's going on over here. Nothing much yet. We see a late Libyan hoplite moving quite far away from his army, and he's about to get charged by a tribal warrior. Jack, what are you doing here? Or is it King of the Dead?
No, this is King of the Dead.
This is King of the Dead. Of course it is.
Everything bad that happens
is King of the Dead. Okay, we can both get on board with that. Okay, so there seems to be some sort of initial engagement going down here. These light horses being used very cheekily, but a very nice interception from these late Libyan hoplites. They're going to get a lot of kills with their 30 bonus versus large. So very well played, Jack. We do see a little bit of a pull through here,
we do.
But I don't mind pull through. Everyone knows this. Yeah, Jack accepts it as well. We do not mind pull through, but some other people will definitely not be happy with that. We see a charge going down here from some Persian cavalry to help whittle down these Lusitani nobles, so it's not going to be an amazing charge, but it's going to be pretty good. And I'm going to eat javelins from 2 Iberian swordsman units, so this Persian cavalry is going to say bye-bye, but at the same time, these Lusitani nobles are really eating it here. So what's going on here? We see mercenary Gaelic warriors engaging with Galatian legionaries. This is a very poor engagement, Jack.
That's never going to end well.
Jack, you really should have moved up your units a lot faster to support this engagement.
I agree.
It's a poor decision here.
But saying that, it's not a lot of money lost there. It's not the end of the world. Especially after that light horse got killed.
Yeah, it's not a huge... You're right, they're late Libyans. It's not, but yeah, again, everything counts. So we are going to see a frontal charge from Naked Swords into late Libyan hoplites. But again, this is falling right into King of the Dead's hands. The charge is being blunted by these late Libyans. And then we're going to see an engagement from these Gaelic warriors. So very well played so far by the King of the Dead. These meat shield units... Well, Scutari is certainly not a meat shield unit. But we see... a teaming up here from a lot of Carthaginian units. This is definitely going in the favour of the Carthaginian player. And then we see a rear charge here by Persian cavalry. I wanted to get quickly into the rear of these units as they were engaging my Cartly Axemen. But as we can see, I'm clearly getting somewhat double-teamed by the Galatian Lusitani player. But I'm going to get a rear charge here into these unbraced Iberian swordsmen, so that's going to be a pretty nice charge. And I'm going to move in my general to get a rear charge into these naked swords. Let's see what's going on up on the King of the Dead sides of the battlefield. So not much is going on, honestly. We see some Gallo-Thracian infantry engaging some late Libyan hoplites. Gallic warriors are winning against tribal warriors. So I don't see that every day. We don't see that every day, do we?
That's an interesting one.
That's definitely an interesting one. Winning slightly. We see another engagement here of tribal warriors. Jack, do you have any comments here?
No, I think it's too early to really say what's going on here.
Yeah, Jack famously doesn't know what's going on in general. this noble horse getting caught quite early in this combat, but these Numidian noble cavalry are losing a lot of units. It's a very expensive unit, very poor engagement in the beginning of this battle here. Well, in the middle of this battle, but we'll see how he uses them. We see an engagement, noble fighters versus the tribal warriors. If they get their charge, which they will, they're going to do fantastically in this engagement. So very nice trade here. The tribal warriors are definitely eating it very quickly, and the mercenary noble fighters are doing a great job. So nice job by King of the Dead there. And these mercenary noble fighters also eating these Galatian swords. Over here, I'm chasing down some Galatian noblemen. I'm winning with some Carly axemen against some Iberian swordsmen. But in general, this engagement has not gone cost effectively for the Lustani player.
No, it really hasn't.
I don't have much left, but at the same time, because so much of Galatia was dedicated to helping the Lustani player, the center has been able to win far more easily against a much stronger faction. So we'll see how this goes. General's been untouched here. Getting my Royal Cataphracts General into these light horse, though I am eating some javelins from these Lustani guerrillas, which is certainly unfortunate. But these Carly axemen will do very well against these Galatian spears. And some light horse eating it after Carthaginian cavalry going after it. So let's see what's going on up here. This engagement is doing very well for noble fighters. They are going to defeat these Galatian legionnaires. They presumably got a pretty good charge against Gallic warriors. We see the naked swords failing to get a charge.
Yeah, so it's not gone well at all there. They really need to be getting the charge with naked warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. They just do not have the melee defense or the armor to take an engagement like that, a poor engagement. They really need to get their charge. This noble horse is also about to eat it, as is this light horse. So, not very well used. One chevron, you need better, honestly, from such an expensive unit. Tribal warriors getting a rear charge from these famous Numidian cavalry. King of the Dead is a big fan, clearly. We'll see how well he uses them.
83 kills so far as well,
which is not brilliant. I mean, there are 34 left, so I don't know how impressed I am yet. So we see a charge going down here from the Carthaginian general into the backs of his own men. Debatable strategy. And he's going to eat the javelin toss over here. So I'm not sure how much I like that engagement. We have the Carthaginian player is going to defeat this Galatian legionnaire, but we're probably going to see a rear charge here from these Galatian noblemen. We see these horse skirmishers are going after my eastern archers, but they just do not have the melee attack and weapon damage to rout them. I mean, my guys are going to start routing prematurely, but I'm going to turn off skirmish mode, and then I'm going to try and engage these horse skirmishers, and actually I'm not going to go poorly in this engagement. And then Jack is sending some Carthaginian cavalry for support, and these horse skirmishers, if they do not get out of this engagement, they are seriously going to eat it. So my eastern slinger is only losing 3 men, well 8 men, so that's a pretty good engagement for cavalry versus such a light.
That could have been a good move. It did rout one of the skirmishers, so it wasn't too bad, but it could have been better, really. It's a bit. He really needed to try and stay in there a little bit longer, see if he could rout that last slinger. Yeah, agreed. And in this engagement, we see that I'm pulling up my horse archers with heavy shot, and I'm just going to shoot into the general. And as these noble fighters engage the back of this Galatian nobleman, they're just going to absolutely eat it. And I remember I'm going to do the same here with my horse archers. I'm going to target these naked swords, and they're going to get absolutely destroyed. This Numidian noble cavalry's got 2 chevrons and 118 kills, which is a pretty nice move from King of the Dead here. 2 chevrons, pretty impressive. What do you think, Jack? Well, I think the Levy Freemen seem to be doing quite well over here. They're really getting in on that Numidian cav.
Always an indispensable unit, Levy Freemen. We're a big fan in Emma. Yeah. And these naked swords are about to bite him.
I think it's a shame he didn't bring more Levy Freemen.
You can never have enough Levy Freemen.
I think he really did go a bit too lightly on the Levy Freemen.
And he brought like 4. So
yeah.
These Galatian noblemen are not going to enjoy getting shot by Balearic slingers in the back and heavy shot in the front. These guys are about to rout, although I am eating it from some Iberian slingers here. So I'm hiding here in this little stronghold with some of my skirmish units, and I'm being protected by Jack's Carthaginian cavalry. How gallant of him. His general...
I live to give.
Yeah, Jack does live to give. He's a very giving person. We have some horse skirmishers chasing the general, interestingly. And actually getting some jabs into the back of the general. I don't know if the Carthaginian general is going to die here, but...
I don't think he does. I think once he gets in the forest, he's safe.
Again, we see a rear charge from the Numidian noble cavalry pushing some men down. Not really knocking that many men down. It wasn't a very impressive charge,
No, it
was
didn't
it?
go that well there. I mean, I think he's been a bit unfortunate with the charge there.
And really,
gone a lot better.
he shouldn't have pulled through the unit here. I think he should just
yeah.
pulled it out like that, because now they're just going to take too many losses here from these tribal warriors. But anyway, still, we're going to get another rear charge here into these levy freemen, probably, and we have these Balearic Slingers are still alive. This is going to be a huge problem for Team Barbaria. And then we get a charge into the Oathsworn General.
The Oathsworn,
who are not properly braced. They're only one line long, so the general is absolutely going to bite it here, unless if he gets very lucky. But a javelin toss going into these Numidian noble cavalry, who are getting 200 kills, so very well used so far by King of the Dead.
It's a shame he couldn't...
The general has recently died.
Yeah, it's a shame that that javelin toss wasn't out of the forest. That definitely limited its effectiveness.
Yeah, that's true. If it was out of the forest, that general, that Numidian noble cavalry really would have taken a very, very painful volley.
Yeah.
These Hirsch skirmishers moving around the flanks here. We still have that little skirmish stronghold here in the top right of the map, because we were a bit afraid to move because of these horse skirmishers, and we didn't want to lose our skirmishers in the late game here. Although the power bar is definitely in our favor so far. Though there are still some tribal warriors here, so we should never count out Oathsworn and tribal warriors, should we, Jack?
No, they're a good unit.
These horse skirmishers just keep on moving around.
It does look like there are just too much left from the non-barbarian
You mean Team Carthage, Jack?
Team Carthage, I forgot the name again.
Yeah, Jack forgets everything.
Yeah.
Anything that's important.
Yeah. I remember things that aren't important. As you can tell by our nonsensical chat, not much is going on at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we're getting a charge here from Mercenary Numidian Noble Cavalry. I'm not sure why the Galatians decided to engage here. The heavy nature of these Numidian Noble Cavalry are absolutely going to destroy these horse skirmishers. They are all routing. So you know what? I'm not going to count that third chevron. That was cheap. What do you think, Jack?
I think that was a very desperate move there at the end. I think if he had left that somewhere else, he could have maybe helped out the Lusitania a bit, which may have been more effective than charging in there. I think he just tried to save the Oathsworn, maybe. But I can't really understand that one, to be honest. I think that was a cheap move.
But we do have a mass rout and good game to our opponents and to our teammates. Let's have a look at the stats real quick. So on my side, because of my fantastic YOLO charge, we're all going to agree that was a brilliant YOLO charge from my Persian cavalry. I get 2,039 kills, which is a very respectable performance. 2 chevrons on my general, 203. Not amazing, but pretty respectable performance. These Persian cavalry getting 2 chevron, 260 kills. These guys absolutely beasting it.
Great score.
So generally, good performance from my Persian cavalry. My horse archers getting some very important kills in the backs of important units with heavy shot. These Eastern archers and slingers are all alive till the late game and they still had ammo, so a good performance from them. And these Carly Axemen, despite being against veteran shield warriors, thanks to the YOLO charge, managed to get a lot of kills and 2 chevrons here. So good performance from me. Jackpro, we have 1,314 kills, which is a pretty good performance. 101 kills Carthaginian cavalry, and these Barbaric slingers getting a lot of kills, 2 chevrons and 122 kills, so that's definitely a very good performance, especially since they didn't lose any. You want to comment on how the battle went for you and your stats, Jack?
Yeah, I think it's a mixed bag, really. I mean, I think the noble fighters did okay. They could have been better. 153 kills. You'd perhaps expect 200 plus from a noble fighter if it has a good match. But then that's balanced out by 110 kills on the Gaelic warriors.
Yeah, that was a pretty good performance from them.
That was.
I definitely agree. And 2 chevrons, which is quite nice. These Libyan hoplites somehow didn't get a single kill. Always impressive.
But that's late Libyans for you, I suppose, isn't
late
it?
Libyans do get kills, Jack. I don't know. I think they're poorly used here. These Skutari are doing okay. And then for King of the Dead, his Numidian noble cavalry got 2 chevrons, not 3. I'm not counting that last chevron at the end because that was against horse skirmishers. Yeah, those horse skirmishers really gave King of the Dead too many free kills. But still, a very good performance from these Numidian noble cavalry. So definitely proving their worth. We see 3 Barbaric slingers here, not doing brilliantly. Nothing special, honestly.
He performed a lot better with his late Libyan hoplites than me. Though,
yeah, 75 kills, which is an improvement of...
3 kills.
No, yours, Jack, were just Libyans.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have to compare apples with apples, my friend. And so they got 75 kills, so that's an improvement of infinity amount of kills. So very impressive improvement upon Jack's kills there. These Celtic warriors not doing anything much. These noble fighters doing pretty well. So decent performance from King of the Dead. And we have Proud King, Kfaniak, his general not doing much, but a chevron, so presumably he killed some cavalry. These light horse doing nothing. They are light horse. I can't fault them there. These guys getting a decent amount of kills for their price. Galatian Legionnaires doing pretty respectively, actually 183 kills, quite nice. So this is a decent performance from these naked swords. They can be tough to use effectively.
Yeah, they wouldn't be one of my first choices. I'd say that much. I think they're just
especially Galatia. Yeah,
it was quite an open map as well. I think I think I think there's better units out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it can definitely work, this Naked Warrior and Galatian Legionnaire strategy. We have Lustani player, he got YOLO charge, so he only got 662 kills, but still not a bad performance from him. We have his Lustani Nobles getting 99 kills, which is definitely not good enough. You need a lot more than this amount of kills, but they were under focused skirmish fire. These Cantabrian Cavalry not doing much. These Iberian Slingers doing okay. These Iberian Swordsmen getting some important kills on cavalry, so not bad. These Scutari Spearmen also getting a chevron, and these Veteran Shield Warriors got absolutely YOLO charge, so there's definitely a message to take home today. Don't let your Lustani soldiers get YOLO charged by very heavy shock cavalry. And we have Jack North here, we have 202 kills on his O-Swarm, 223 on his Thracian Warriors, 135 on his O-Swarm, so this is a pretty nice performance from this trio here.
Thracian Warriors
especially the Thracian Warriors, yeah. So yeah, very nice performance from Jack North there. His light horse got 27 kills, which is not bad for a light horse, honestly. They're just not a good unit. I just wouldn't pick them. I just take these guys, honestly. These raiding horsemen are really nice.
Yeah.
Noble horse not doing much. They got caught early in the battle, as we saw. Celtic Slingers really not doing much. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe they glitched out or something. But this is a very low amount of kills for even Celtic Slingers. These Levy Freemen doing okay. These Tribal Warriors all doing pretty well, as you'd expect, and these Gallo Thracians doing pretty well as well. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back with more Rome 2 replays. So see you next time.